That's it, friend? Yes.
I love my life, I love my life, I love my life, I love my life, I love my life. C'est la vie, c'est la vie. Hey, 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 hey. Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows, everything. Guys, I'm so drunk right now. We just finished 3 bottles of wine within the 3 of us. So I'm a bottle of wine deep because, like, fuck me. Right now, oh, the sun is blinding my asshole. So welcome. The atmosphere is amazing. Can we just check this the fuck out? Like, I'm literally chilling on the ocean as I'm vlogging. Like, this is crazy, guys. This is crazy. Like, oh shit, I'm definitely sunburned. But, like, this is fucking crazy. Anyways, hi, guys. I'm Nina Sarag. What the fuck is up? Welcome to my channel / welcome back to my channel. Hello. So, I'm in Juan Le Pin right now with my madre. Et nous sommes sur la plage. As you can tell, I don't speak French whatsoever leading into the story. So this is a quick little story time of last night. Okay, I have a lot more coming from before I had left, but iCloud is literally a pain in my rectum. Like, I cannot, like, I do not, like I took a bunch of videos before I came here, and I wanted to make a go, like, okay, goodbye before I left video, but, like, iCloud is not allowing that for me. So up until now, all I can film right now is from last night, and, like, what the fuck is going on now. So basically, I am staying in the nicest motherfucking penthouse suite in Antibes, okay? Like, I'm with my mom. She has some connections. Like, her friend, like, knows some fucking motherfucking prime minister of motherfucking the Soviet Union. Like, I don't even fucking know. So we have the nicest motherfucking flat in, like, Jesus Christ himself. Like, we have the nice motherfucking flat in the motherfucking universe, and it's so fucking gorgeous. But as of right now, I'm just gonna tell you a quick little story of what the fuck happened to me last night, because this is a little interesting. We are here in Antibes. I got here not last night, the night before, so like 48 hours ago. Okay, we got here, we're situated. I met my mom's friend for the first time. It was nice, whatever. And the Cannes Music Festival is happening as we are here. So I'm like, okay, we gotta check that shit out. Like, there's fireworks, like, there's shit going on, like, there's fucking, like, famous people, directors, and, like, whatever. So I'm like, hey, we gotta check this shit out. So we go to the Cannes Music Festival. This is 24, like, maybe 20 hours since I've gotten here. We never even went to the beach or whatever. Like, we literally just went to the Cannes Music Festival last night. And everyone is dressed to the T. Like, I wish that I got more videos of people in their wardrobe, because they look fucking amazing. Like, bitches have Swarovski crystals embedded into their motherfucking dresses. Like, I'm out here in a pair of fishnet tights and, like, a fucking basic ass Licenza lingerie. Like, I look stupid. Like, I honestly compare, like, I'm usually overdressed, but last night I was so underdressed. Anyways, so continuing on with the night. Anyways, they go, it's super cute. They play Grease. Like, Grease is so nice, whatever. And, like, my mom and her friend, they're like older. They just want to go home. And I'm like, hey, no, it's my mom's friend's birthday today, as in, like, last night at midnight. So I'm like, hey, we're staying here. We're going to find something fun to do. Like, I'm going to show you guys a good night. Like, trust me, just come with me. So we're like walking down, like there's like a boardwalk in Cannes, but like at this point it's a Cannes Music Festival, so like everything is fenced off for VIP or people that are like friends with famous people, right? So like there's no way to get in. So like I see this like little bar and it looks really cute. It's like a little like fucking club slash bar, super nice, super like elegant, super fucking high class, like fucking not for me. I go up to the bouncer and I'm like, hey, like I was just inside, like I just left with like my mom and her two friends, like can we go back in? And he's like, oh yeah, no problem. He lets us go back in. So we're like, okay, step one complete, whatever. I let my mom and her friend back in, like into this place that we're not supposed to be in. So I'm like, hey, cool, super. And it's called Annex, Club Annex, super cool, super chill, like whatever, love it. So we're there and like it's a super nice, posh, like high end club, and like we're like sitting down, we get a bottle of wine, like we drink the wine, like we're chilling. And like I'm there and I'm like, hey, it's her birthday, we need to start dancing. It's midnight at this point. So I'm like, hey, we need to start dancing, we need to start like living our lives, like let's go. And they're like, maybe I'm with my mom and her friend. Like, come on, like what's the most that you can do? So I'm chilling there and I'm like, hey, like we should start dancing, like let's go. And they're like, no. I'm like, hey, fuck this, I'm gonna start dancing myself. So I start dancing and I'm like, watch, as soon as I start dancing, everybody's gonna start dancing. And that's what always happens, because like it's not even just me, but it's anybody. Like whenever you go somewhere and no one's dancing, you need to be the first one to start dancing, and then everybody will start dancing. It's honestly a ritual. Like it's important, like just be the first one to break the ice, you know what I mean? So I'm like, fuck it. So I start dancing by myself. Everyone's kind of looking at me like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I don't give a fuck, it's my music, it's EDM, like whatever, we'll dance. And then my mom's friend comes with me, and then all these other people, like out of nowhere, this whole other group of like people start dancing with me, and I'm like, perfect, this is what I wanted. So I'm dancing with them. My mom starts to sit down and they're like chilling, they're sipping their wine, and I'm like, okay, fuck this, like I'm gonna dance with these random people, like I'm having a great time, like I don't even give a fuck, you know what I mean? Like who cares? Like, I'll just fucking chill here, like, whatever. So I'm dancing with these people, like, my mom's over there, I'm, like, coming, grabbing mine from them, coming back and forth, like, dancing, whatever, it's a great time. And, like, this man comes up to me, like, oh, like, I like you, like, let me buy you drinks. And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, like, whatever, he's buying me drinks, like, it's whatever. My mom's just chilling there, like, she doesn't really care, like, whatever, she's really chill. We're just, like, having a good time. And this guy's like, hey, we want to go to VIP room. And VIP room is this club in Cannes that I suppose during the Cannes Music Festival, you can't really go into unless you are somebody or you know of somebody. Like you have to be either a director or an actress or like somebody famous so that you can get in. Like we tried to get in earlier and like it's not for normal people, you know what I mean? So this is like an actual club. So he goes, yeah, let's go to VIP. And I'm telling him, and I'm like, honestly, like how, like can you get into VIP room, because that's for VIPs, like that's for actual people, like directors, whatever. And he's like, oh, don't worry, I am a director of a European film, like I am invited to this. So I'm like, fuck me daddy, let's go. So go up to my mom and her friend and I'm like, hey, like these guys want to go to VIP room, it's after this like club, like I'm gonna stay there for a bit, like do you want to come with us or do you want to just go home? Like I'll see, like whatever, if they can get me home. And she's like, yeah, like they drove there, so she's like, we're gonna go home, but like can you ask if they can take you home later, because I don't want to drive you home later. So I'm like, yeah, understandable, like sure, like whatever, like I don't want to spend money either. We're here on a budget. Like, we're just trying to live. So go up to these guys, and obviously they have money. So I'm, like, going up to them, like, hey, like, my mom wants to leave. Like, she's driving home. Like, could you possibly Uber me home or taxi me home? And he's like, oh, yeah, no problem, no problem. Don't worry about it. Like, don't even fucking worry. We'll take care of you. Like, so, like, I go to my mom. I'm like, yeah, like, they said they'll take me home. Like, don't worry about it. And my mom's really chill. She wasn't really worried about me. Like, I'm, like, a half hour away from Antibes, like, a half hour away from home. So, like, even though it is a little hefty of a ride, but, like, it's still, like, manageable, you know? So I turned to my mom and I'm like, hey, this guy says he's gonna Uber me home. Like, don't worry about it. I'm just gonna go. Like, give me my phone. My phone was dead. So I'm like, hey, just give me my phone. Like, whatever, you go home and we'll figure it out. So she's like, yeah, okay, no problem. So she goes up to this girl that was also with us. There's two guys and one girl. And she goes up to the one girl. She's like, hey, like, can you just, like, is she gonna be okay? Like, are they gonna take her home? Like, is it gonna be okay? And this one girl's like, yeah, like, no problem. Like, don't worry about it. Like, it'll be okay. Like, she'll be fine. Like, I'm gonna worry about her. Don't worry. And I'm like, okay, bye, mom. I love you. So she leaves. I take my dead-ass phone. And these guys take me into the most elite motherfucking club. Like, I have gone clubbing in different countries from different area codes. Like, I know what clubs look like. This was such a motherfucking high-end club. Okay, it was called VIP Room in Cannes during the Cannes Music Festival. And I get downstairs, there's bitches, like, it's a red carpet, first of all, red carpet to walk down the stairs. There's bitches on the bar in morph suits and gold-ass morph suits dancing, like, doing their whole thing. And then there's also people dressed in indigenous attire with drums, banging to the music, like, banging to the beat of the music on a stage. Like, it was so amazing. I took videos on this guy's phone to show you guys, because I wanted to show, like, you guys what it looks like. But basically, so I took videos on this guy's phone. We were there for like 15-20 minutes, literally. We're there. And I turned to this guy who told me, like, the one guy who was like, yeah, like, come with us, whatever. He's like, hey, like, my friend wants to leave. Like, we're gonna try to leave. And I'm like, okay, like, why? Like, what? Like, it's such a good club. And he's like, no, we're gonna leave. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, you said you drive me home, so like, it's fine. Like, I'll just go with you guys, whatever, right? So it's him and his friend, and the blonde girl that was with him. So him and his friend are kind of talking, and I'm like waiting for them to leave. Like he said, we were leaving, so I'm like waiting for them. And I'm like, hey, where are we going? Like, what's happening? And the blonde girl's just kind of chilling inside. Like at this point, like I'm waiting for them to leave, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? And I realize that these two guys are in an argument. But the problem was that they barely spoke English. They spoke Italian and French, and I barely fucking speak French. So them two are arguing amongst each other, and they're like, blah, 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 like, what the fuck is going on? I have no idea what they're talking about. But as they're arguing, they're walking up the stairs and out of the club. And like, these are the guys that said they're gonna drive me home, right? So I'm kind of just like following them, like, okay, like I'm just gonna like slowly, like, I don't know what to do here. So like as they're in the midst of their argument in Italian, I tap the one guy that told me to come, like on the shoulder. I tap him like, hey, so like what's going on? Like where are we going? Like, am I coming with you? And he turns to me and he just goes, like, bitch, like what do you mean? Like you literally told me I was gonna come home. Like you said you're gonna take me home. Like why would you? Like I don't care. You didn't have to say you're gonna take me home, but like why would you say you're gonna take me home and then just like whatever? So he's basically just there like, and then I turn again and I'm like, okay, but you said you're gonna take me home, and he's still like. I'm like, what the fuck is your problem? So I'm like, hey, I don't know what to do in this situation. Like, my mom left. She's in fucking Antibes. My phone is dead. I don't have money. Like, we don't have money to fucking spend, right? Like, we're not here. Like, we're here on a budget. So I go back into the club and I leave these guys. I'm like, hey, obviously they have their own shit that they're fucking dealing with. Obviously they don't need me right now. So I turn to this girl that was like with us, and I go downstairs and I go up to her and I'm like, hey, like, just like letting you know, like, the guys that we were with, like, they just kind of left. Like, they told me to like go. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, it's not your problem. And I told her the whole time, I'm like, it's not your problem. Like, I can figure it out. I'm only like a half hour, 40 minutes away. Like, I'll figure my own way home. But just like letting you know if you can call them or like something to figure out what I'm supposed to do. And she's like, oh no, fuck this. Like, they're such cunts. Like, fuck that. Like, I'm like, let's go. And I'm like, no, we don't have to leave the club. Like, it's okay. Like, I don't want you to leave the club because of me. But like, I don't know, like, just, like, help me, like, call them or whatever. So we leave the club, and, like, we go outside, and I'm like, honestly, like, this is not your problem. Like, we can go to the club, and we can dance, and we can figure it out later. Like, I can figure out my own ride home. Like, I'm telling you, like, I do this shit in Toronto all the time. You know, I go to Toronto, I don't have a ride home, and I figure out a ride home. It's, like, 40 minutes. So, like, this is only, like, 30. You know what I mean? So, like, it's not that big a deal. So this girl was really concerned. She's like, no, like, I told your mom. Like, I told your mom I was going to get you home safe. So, like, don't worry. Like, we'll figure it out. And I'm like, hey, like, seriously, it's not that big a deal. And she's like, hey, we'll go back to the club that we were just at. You can get Wi-Fi. And I'm like, hey, but, like, either way, I don't have the Uber app. Like, I don't have my credit card on it. Like, I have nothing on me but my dead-ass phone. Like, even if I charge my phone, I can't, like, you know? And she's like, fuck. And then she goes, okay. So she calls them. They're not answering, okay? And then she goes, honestly, we're just going to get you a cab. They're gonna take you home, and then you're gonna pay for it when you get home. You're gonna ask your mom for cash, and they're gonna pay for it when you get home. And I'm like, I'm sitting there, I'm like, you don't understand that we are not, like, we don't have money. Like, we are poor. Like, I know we're here, but we're here on a budget. We're here staying at some rando's house. Like, we're not here out of, like, luxury. Like, we're here out of convenience. You know what I mean? So I turned around, I'm like, hey, like, how much is that gonna be? And she's like, oh, just like 60 euros. 60 euros. Like, that's like 85 Canadian dollars. Like, it's like 80 American dollars. Like, that's a lot for me. Like, I don't know about you guys, but like, that for me and my mom and like our family, like, that's like, I'm not gonna spend that much on a cab home when I can figure my shit out, right? Like, worst case, I'll call my mom, and I'm telling her, and I'm like, hey, like, I'm not, like, I'm sorry, but that's a lot for me. She's like, hey, but like, you need to get home, like, we need to care for you. And I'm like, honestly, like, that's too much for me. Like, I can't do that right now. And she's like, okay, but like, what do you do? She's like, no, you have to do it. She's telling me, like, I have to do this. And I'm like, hey, no, sorry. So she starts pulling over cabs, and she's like pulling over people, like, hey, like, how much for like to Antibes? And they're all saying 60 euros. And I'm like, hey, honestly, I'm not paying that much. And like, I feel bad because this girl was so nice to me and she wants to care for me, but like at the same time, like, I don't have the money for that. I don't have the time for that. Like, I can't. Like, I genuinely cannot. Like, I'm sorry. So I'm trying to explain this to her as she's pulling over all these cabs. I see this car with 3 like young guys like my age, okay? And I pull this car over, and I'm like, bonjour, est-ce que tu parles anglais, okay? As you can tell, my French is so broken and so shitty, and I do not know French whatsoever. I wish I spoke French. Like, so foreign. Like, I don't even know how to explain it to you. And they go, oh, like, we only speak a little bit of English. So I'm like, okay, good. So I try to explain to them the best I can in French. I'm like, I go, my friend, like, j'ai copain, like, moi, like, I try to explain to them, like, as you can tell, I don't speak French at all. So I try to explain to them, like, my friend, he left me, like, whatever. I was here, like, I'm left alone. I don't know how to get home. I live in Antibes, like, da-da-da. My house is in Antibes. I would go, ma, habite Antibes. Like, I really do not know how to speak French. As you can tell, don't laugh at me. Like, I know, it's fucked up. Anyway, so I'm trying to explain to them, and they're like, okay, like, yeah, like, we'll take you home. So I get in the car with these guys, which is amazing, and this girl that was with me was also amazing, and I messaged her later, and I was like, hey, thank you, I got home safe. But anyways, these guys were so amazing, but, like, they literally did not speak a fucking word of English, which was good for me, because I'm only here to speak French. I'm only here to learn French. So I'm there, and imagine, we get in the car, and we're driving, and they're like, hey, you're going to Antibes, and I'm like, yes, I'm going to Antibes. And we're driving, like, what's the address? I'm like, I know the address. So I get the phone and I'm like, whatever number, Sarah Martel, okay? Like, Sarah Martel was a street, like a street where my mom, like, where we were staying, right? So I try to type in the number and then Sarah Martel, and I can't, because, like, I just don't, like, I type it in and it's not coming up, like, nothing's coming up. So I'm like, hey, I don't know, like, it's not coming up, like, this is what it's called, Sarah Martel, like, I don't know how to explain to you better. And they're like, honestly, like, they're like, do you know where to go? Like, all in French. Understand, this is all in French. Like, I do not speak French. Like, I genuinely know 5 words in French. Like, I am so foreign to this language, okay? Please understand this, that I literally do not know what French is, okay? So I'm talking to these guys, and I'm trying to explain to them, and I'm like, and they're like, yeah, like, do you know, like, what general direction? Like, do you know how to get there generally? And I'm like, okay, like, yeah, like, I literally got there 24 hours before this. I directed us to CANNES one time, and now they're like, do you know how to get back to Antibes? And I'm like, sure. And I'm directing them back from CANNES to Antibes within 24 hours of being there. Like, understand how foreign I am to this place, to this country, to this fucking language. Like, I don't know what I'm saying, what I'm doing, like, whatever. And these guys are, okay, like, do you know how to get home? And I'm like, okay, whatever. We'll follow the water. All in French. Like, meanwhile, I'm speaking a language that I do not know, okay? So I'm with these guys. They're driving me home. And, like, we get to the kind of, like, we get to Juan-le-Pont, which is, like, the city, like, whatever, the center. You guys don't understand what a language barrier it is when you don't speak the motherfucking language. Like, I don't know how to even, like, explain to him where the fuck I'm even going. You know what I mean? And we finally find, like, the center, like, I see this one cafe that my mom showed me. She's like, yeah, like, this is where I used to go with your friend. And, like, she shows me this cafe, and I'm like, hey, this cafe, I know this cafe. And I'm like, wait, this street looks like it. And we turn down the street, and it says Sarah Martel. But they spelt it differently than we thought it was spelled. They spelt it it was spelt in one word, like the real street is spelt in one word. And none of us thought to type it in one motherfucking word. That's why we couldn't get the motherfucking address. But basically, we find the street, they drive down the road, I find the number, I tell them where to go, and they drop me off at motherfucking home. So that was that. That was my first night in Antibes. And yeah, I went to Cannes the first night and I got lost and I got stranded and fuck me. Anyways, if this is your first video of mine, then, like, you have a lot of catching up to do because this has no context whatsoever. So just, like, go watch my other videos and you get your shit together. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and always thumbs up and keep up. And I don't know, more shit's gonna pop up because, like, this is my first night here and this much has already happened. So, like, what the fuck else is about to happen? So I don't fucking know. So that's life.